Hey, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, thanks for coming back. I'm Alan Lenczycki. I'm an attorney here in Libertyville in Lake County, Illinois, and I'm a former prosecutor. One thing that we used to do in the Lake County State's Attorney's Office was help the Lake County Sheriff prosecute OUI. Okay, OUI, it's like a DUI, but it's operating under the influence. It means you're driving a boat, perhaps a snowmobile. Okay, I don't know if you know, but you can get a DUI. They call it an OUI driving a boat or riding a snowmobile. You can get a DUI riding lots of crazy things, not a horse. Okay. But anyway, there's, if you're driving a boat, I want to talk about boats today. And this is for snowmobiles too, but for boats, there's no really probable cause that's needed. I can't tell you how many times that I prosecuted cases off of the chain of lakes. Okay. So if you're familiar with Lake County, Illinois, you know that we have a fantastic natural resource here called the chain of lakes, surrounded by a lot of communities and a really fun vibe there. It's a chain of lakes is surrounded by wonderful marinas. A lot of them contain bars and restaurants. And it's a fun time for people to use really nice boats. People have nice big boats on the chain of lakes, some of them, and they drive from bar to bar and they have a good time and socialize. You've got to be careful doing this. And like I said, one reason is that there isn't necessarily the requirement of probable cause. Okay, so let me step back. And first, to understand this, we've got to talk about DUIs for a minute. So the cops, if they see me leaving a bar, they can't just pull me over just cause. They can't pull me over if they don't like my face. Can't pull me over because of profiling me or anything like that. They've got to see something that gives them probable cause to make contact with me. And just leaving a bar isn't enough. I could be dropping off somebody's food or going to pick somebody up or whatever. So leaving a bar is not enough. But if they see like a traffic infraction, if they see me doing something illegal, like getting into the car holding a bottle of beer, then they can make contact with me. And that begins a DUI stop, right? So most DUI stops, they see a traffic infraction, make contact with you, and then Katie bar the door. Okay, you've got to be careful because they're always developing their probable cause with the things coming up next, like, oh, he smells like drinking, or he admitted drinking, or there's a Coors Light in the cup holder. Okay, now for OUIs, that isn't the case. So the Department of Natural Resources Police, the Lake County Sheriff guys, they can make contact with you to do a safety inspection. They can, you see them out on the water, they can stop you and say, hey, we want to look. We want to see if you have enough life jackets. We want to see if you know where your fire extinguisher is, blah, blah. And they can write you tickets for that. But also, those can serve as an excuse or not a pretext, I suppose, to approach your boat, to make contact with you, and then to have an interaction with you. And now, while the guy's a few feet away from you, he can develop his probable cause by saying, oh, wow, that guy looks like he's slurring, or he sounds like he's slurring. I see he's got a beer in the cup holder and he's behind the wheel of this boat. Okay. So those are the ways for the police to develop probable cause. And that's coming from a place where they just stop you for a safety inspection. So anyway, the OUI still contains all the same elements, or most of them, as a regular DUI, where the police would, after developing their probable cause about he smells like drinking, or he's got red bloodshot glassy eyes, or blah, blah, what they do is then they ask you to do field sobriety tests. Okay. The field sobriety tests are similar. They usually will take you off the boat to do field sobriety tests, because imagine doing the one leg stand and there's force 3 waves. I mean, come on, they're not doing that. Okay. But they often will take you off the boat to make you do field sobriety tests. They may ask you to blow in a portable breath test. And then you better be sure, if they choose to arrest you because they don't like what they see, they're going to be asking you to blow in a breathalyzer, okay, at the police station, okay? Now, that doesn't have the same consequences on your Illinois driver's license as a DUI does. Of course, an Illinois DUI really, really sucks for a couple reasons, but one reason is that it messes up your driver's license. If you don't blow it, suspends you for a year for a first timer. If you do blow it, suspends you for 6 months. Both are annoying. You don't want to deal with either one of those. This an OUI, it doesn't affect your Illinois Secretary of State driver's license at all, but it can affect your ability to get a captain's license. Well, that just makes sense. I mean, the last guy with the DUI drove the Exxon Valdez and caused the oil spill, right? Anyway, it's Alan Lenczycki. That's my name. Call me anytime. I'm happy to talk to you about any of these issues pertaining to OUI or just about anything else. Have a great day.